So imagine this, it's Friday evening. If you are anything like me, you are lying on the couch and you're watching Netflix. And then suddenly the main character drops a phrase and your brain, it just short circuits. You know every single word in the phrase, but when you put it together, it makes absolutely no sense. And you're sitting there thinking, I've been studying English for 10 years. I've done courses. What is wrong with me? But there are some of you out there who might do this. A dedicated student, well, they open up their online dictionary and they check the meaning. And then what do they get? Yeah, you get absolute confusion because traditional dictionaries may show you definitions that are literal, or they might give you three different options. And you're sitting there thinking, OMG, I am ready to throw in the towel. And I invite you to open up your dictionary and check, what does throw in the towel mean? Maybe you're sitting there thinking, oh, did someone just take a shower? Did someone just come out of the sea? Did they go for a swim, dried themselves off, and now they are throwing in the towel? No, it's got nothing to do with that. And those dictionaries, the standard textbooks, the courses with the old-fashioned textbooks, they're not very useful in the real world in 2026 because we are living in a world that's dynamic, where there's living slang and idiomatic language all around you, because that is what native English speakers like myself use. Now, we need to be real for a second. I know that you want to be fluent. Most of my students want to sound natural. I think you've been given the wrong solutions. Unless you are in one of my courses, I don't think that you have the right solution. I've heard some of my students say, oh, I'll just go to London for 2 weeks or New York for a week, and magically, abracadabra, I will be speaking like a native. No, you won't. And those videos out there, 4.5 hours of listening to English, what on earth is that about? It's passive input. If I did a 4.5 hours of English and I got to the end of it, I would have completely forgotten what I said to you in the second hour. So how are you expected to remember it? And the bottom line, the most important thing for me is, will you ever use it? I'm going to say no. The way I look at it is, that is ego English. I listened to a native English speaker for 4.5 hours. Were they effective? Were they productive? The native English speaker, the teacher, looked smart, right? But you, and it's all about you, you are right back where you started. Now, there's nothing about ego English in my courses. I focus on fluent English, but it takes two hands to clap, my lovelies. It takes two hands to clap. It requires you to step up. So if you are watching this right now on your TV, with your phone in your hand, on your tablet, and if you are not willing to step into the comments, well, you are stalling your own progress. You are your own worst enemy. You are the reason you are not making progress. Not because I need the comments to boost the algorithm. No. Commenting is confidence. If you cannot comment, you're not going to get out of your shell and enter the real world. If you want to lock the language into your brain for the next 30 days, our sprint to understanding native English speakers, well, you have to put yourself out there in the public domain. You have to forget about, I'm scared, I'm nervous, someone's going to judge me. Forget about everyone else. Join me in the comments. Now, I use that phrase that you are so frustrated, you want to throw in the towel. And do you know what that means? Well, this is the kind of thing we're going to be doing for the next 30 days. So I want you to trust your instincts. Let's test whether you can guess the correct answer. Throw in the towel. Does it mean I took a shower and I am done using the towel. If you think that's the answer, then type in A. Or B, I went to the beach, now I'm packing up, I'm throwing the towel into my bag. That's B. Or C, I'm giving up. I'm giving up on this challenge. I'm admitting defeat. And that is C. I'd like you to simply type in A, B, or C in the comments below. Now, over the next 30 days, we will be doing this together every single day. This series is going to blow your mind. It's going to completely elevate your English. Every day, we will look at real-world sentences. We'll test your instincts. We'll break down phrases across positive sentences, negative sentences, questions, perfect tenses, and passive forms. You will not have to take a grammar course. It's all built in. You will not just master the kind of vocabulary that native English speakers use, you'll be able to understand them. Plus, you will master complete grammatical fluency. The 30-day countdown is beginning. Are you ready? If you are, hit subscribe, turn on the notifications, and I want to see how many of you are here until the end, because those of you who make it through our 30-day sprint to fluency and to understanding native English speakers, well, you're going to be a whole different type of English speaker by the end of it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm NAS CELTA certified, 15 years of international experience. But the most important thing is I really want you to succeed. See you tomorrow.